The breaking news out of a New York City courtroom. A jury has awarded over $83 million in damages to writer E. Jean Carroll, who sued the former president for defaming her. Carroll departed the courtroom just minutes ago. This was the second trial brought by Carroll against Donald Trump. She already won $5 million in May in a case where the jury found that the ex-president liable for sexually abusing her. Today, just like in the trial last year, the jury only took about 3 hours to reach their verdict. The jury's decision came following a contentious day in the courtroom. Trump stormed out at one point, but returned for his attorneys. Vaughn, I am told that you have a reaction from the former president.
Alicia, Trump just posted on his social media account as he boards a plane. He's going to be campaigning in Las Vegas, Nevada tomorrow. Just in the last few minutes posting, quote, absolutely ridiculous. I fully disagree with both verdicts and will be appealing this whole Biden-directed witch hunt focused on me and the Republican Party. Of course, there is no evidence that Joe Biden or the Democratic Party has anything to do with the lawsuit brought against Donald Trump. But what a jury here found today is more than $80 million in damages that are awarded to E. Jean Carroll by Donald Trump. And I think if we could just take a step back here, 8 years ago when I was covering the Trump campaign and the Republican primary and then the general election, there were conversations around the more than dozen allegations of sexual abuse and harassment against Donald Trump. They were allegations and accusations at the time that we saw Republicans who ultimately allied with Donald Trump repeatedly refute and come to Donald Trump's defense because they were, in their words, merely allegations. The jury in none of these instances had been convened and found Donald Trump liable or guilty of any charges. This go around, though, time is different. In what we now have in a likely Republican nominee in 2024 is somebody who has been found to have sexually abused a woman, but also, after defaming her repeatedly, is now having to pay up more than $80 million to her. I think that this is a moment when the Republican Party is already seeing, if we can make this political for a moment, a drop-off in support, particularly around women around the country here. And for Donald Trump here, he has continued up into hours just before this jury made this decision here this evening, continued to make the very statements that led to the defamation case against him in the first place, even posting overnight a video in which he continued to say that the story was fabricated, that he had never met her.